Welcome back to part 2 of milling 21-foot long timber. Had a equipment failure that pretty much knocked me out of the game last week. Ordered the new part, got a G555 edging mill. It's a upgraded, well, I won't say upgraded, it's an updated version of the one that I had before. Completely fixed the engineering flaw that kind of put me out of commission. And now we're gonna get back to it. Let's go. Last week I was cutting my log here, 21 footer, and I was using the edging mill, and I had bolt sheared. Over tightened this, actually sheared that bolt, and immediately my saw just went limp. I ordered this one 4 days ago from Amazon. It's the Gramberg G555, and it has the old nuts that are a little pointy that actually dig into your bar and pinch it. Screws are digging in, it holds it much more firmly. I've got everything set up, and the huge benefit of just ordering a new part rather than trying to fix a terrible design is A, it's an upgraded design, and B, I got 12 more feet of Vrail, which takes me up to a 24-foot long cut that I can make. And that is fantastic for timber frame. Having 24 feet of Vrail means I can go after bigger sills, top plates. I'm gonna need that on some of the other timber on my property. Got my lines marked. So I ran into a problem. The 28-inch bar was actually going down all the way. Made a mistake. I shouldn't have set that depth so deep, because essentially I'm cutting the log in half. So halfway through the cut, I realized my mistake, and now I'm switching to a 20-inch bar. last cut that I'm going to be making before I run the Alaskan mill. Got it set up so I can cut a 2-inch wide plank out of the end rather than just wasting what's left over. After I pull my 8x8s out, this is going to give me one more really nice 2 by 15 by 20 foot plank. The possibilities for something like that are absolutely endless. I'm going back to maximizing my depth because now I don't care if this side of the log falls off, because I'm mainly concerned about milling off my beams and now my plank. So I'm going to drop this down to its lowest setting. Finished up all the vertical cuts. Now I'm moving to the horizontal cuts. I've stepped up to the 48-inch mill. I've got a 42-inch bar on there. It's gonna be more than enough to go through this log. And when I'm all finished, as soon as I pull that saw out on the other end, I'm gonna have 2 8x8 by 21s and 1 2 by 8 by 21. It's got a nice haul of lumber. First thing I want to do is set my depth to 8 inches, which is a lot faster now because I've got the quick release. Pop it out on both sides. Very quickly raise it up to 8. my driveway now that I'm on concrete, really makes things a lot easier. If you look over here, I've got my engine hoist. Now I can pick this timber up any way I want. And I've got 6x6 that I'm stacking it on. And then I add another 3 inches with 2 2x4s and get it, you know, pretty high up off the ground. So that wraps up the video on milling timbers, taking you through all the steps necessary, not only milling, but then moving these pretty big timbers once you get them milled. I'm moving everything by hand. Those of you guys who have power equipment, it's a piece of cake. Moving it by hand, it's just slow, takes a while. Glad to wrap this up. Still have quite a bit more log to go. Hoping to get at least 2 more 8x8s out of that. I'm pretty positive I'm gonna get 2 more 8x8s out of this. That's a lot of board feet from one log. And keep in mind, this log, tree service company was just gonna throw it away. They block it up, and I think most of the time they just take it to the landfill. Sometimes they can find somebody who wants to burn it for firewood, but that's a lot of lumber that would have otherwise just been burnt or buried. Milled quite a few timbers today. It was a success. I have to say, I really like the Granberg edging mill. Performed very well. And I plan to use it quite a bit in the future. I'm going to be using it exclusively for this timber frame project. I hope this helps with moving heavy timbers, sawing up your own lumber. Thanks for watching.